Sharkalama Ding Dong is on the air. Oh yeah, baby, Sharkadoodle-Doo is here. You need not fear anymore. You're in the right place on the internet 2023. Whenever you come to the Sharkadoodle-Doo show, baby, the fabulous Clark the Shark Radio, Earth's most amazing talk show, reviews, political, hard-hitting commentary. Baby, you name it, Sharky has it right here. And today, I'm about to blow your minds with a review of one of my favorite albums, you guys, Triangle, BEAU BRUMMELS. Now, I know a lot of you know this band for 2 or 3 songs from back in '65, but as they went on, they shed members. I think they were 5 and then 4, and now here they're 3. They're like Genesis, and then there were 3, kind of, but it's still good. I don't like band lineup changes or bands shedding members or adding new people, but that's just the way it goes in rock and roll, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkraphone, where it's never a microphone here on the Sharky Show, you guys. No way. It's a golden Sharkraphone, not built by the Shure microphone company. It was built by Dick Clark at American Bandstand, and he gave me this microphone, special order just for the Clark the Shark Show. Because when I'm reviewing Triangle, BEAU BRUMMELS, I like this band, you guys. I love this project. Sal Valentino, Ron Elliott, like a lot of bands, they had to, I would say like every band in 1967, not a lot of bands, most bands, you had to adapt and you had to change that year because acid and marijuana and mushrooms and speed and tons of other drugs too, also, from peyote to just flat out straight whiskey, were becoming the mainstream, baby, the norm. People were getting fucked up. They were getting wasted. But even more than that, they were just losing their minds and altering their minds with very dangerous, mind-bending substances that I wouldn't have recommended then or now. LSD, acid, not a good thing. And I knew people in the 1980s. I can't say they were still taking it because they were only 20 years old. We weren't even really around in the 60s, you guys, but the 1980s, where people were listening to the Grateful Dead and smoking weed, dropping acid or whatever they were doing, or even listening to The Who or the Stones, was a holdover from the 60s, you guys. The 1980s was a trip. There were 50s cars still, and, there was a version of free love still around, kind of prevalent from the 60s. Lots of things were holding over. And then we all got older, and then the 1990s hit, which kind of brought back the 60s and a lot of its elements, but I wasn't around anymore, you guys. I just dropped out in 1992. When I quit music, I didn't really quit. It quit me, or maybe I quit it. And then 1993 was a year where I just would watch Married with Children every day at about, I don't know, 5 p.m. up in Beverly Hills after I did my landscaping, gardening for the day. I would just sit there and vegetate and watch Al Bundy and Bud Bundy and Peg and, of course, Kelly. I'd just get under my covers, and just, I think I would drink like a cold 40 some days, but I was just like, man, I'm turning 28 April 27th, 1993. What's the point now? And to think, you guys, that was a long, long, long time ago. 30 years ago, you guys, I pretty much gave up on everything. Not just music, but life. And yet I've kept on living, and I remain here in 2023. Me, Clark the Shark. I later on would discover down in Torrance, California, the world of swimming pool cleaning. And you know me, Clark the Shark, a landscaper, gardener, dishwasher. When I discovered you could make $350 or $400 a week in 1996 cleaning swimming pools, that was like finding the fucking golden goose that lays the golden eggs for a fucking, 2-bit loser like Sharky, where looking for the be-all, end-all is the ultimate thing, and yet ain't that hard or something, because I'll fucking take anything. And next thing I knew, I was just fucking around. I started cleaning pools, and before I knew it, by 1997, I was this full-fledged swimming pool guy. And I had moved down to San Diego, North County, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Vista, San Marcos, all that. And suddenly I was in the thick of the swimming pool cleaning and repair world. Me, yours truly, your humble servant, DJ, MC, microphone guy, whatever I am, Clark the Shark, the chaperone, the custodian of the mic, me. And then, I did pools for a long time, you guys, until I rediscovered my music about, 1999 through 2001, 2002. And then I discovered the internet, The internet was really different, you guys, in 2002 than it is today in 2023. But long story short, I had given up on music for a long, long time. And I think it was this guy named Dave Basin in Torrance, a really great bass player and a really great guy. And he was like, hey, Sharky, you should take those old GE Greenhouse Effect songs and try to do something with them. There's a bunch of people in the South Bay kind of saying this, kind of half-assed, maybe not him, but other people in the South Bay. I didn't really get the feeling I was supported or something, or they just weren't going wild for Clark the Shark. And every now and then people are like, what do you want us to do, Sharky? Do you want us to give you a blowjob? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is, you guys. I always thought of myself as really great or really exceptional at music. The way I went into studios back in the day and recorded and overdubbed everything all by myself. I didn't even need a band. I was such a good drummer and, well-known great drummer around the South Bay, Torrance, Redondo, Hermosa Beach. I literally would go into a studio and lay down the drums. And once I did that, you guys, the rest was easy. I could just take any ragtag Fender Strat and play anything over those drums, and the song would always sound good. And then just start singing and overdubbing the bass and keyboards or whatever. And little by little, me, Clark the Shark, with that songwriting ability and the singing ability, and of course, the drums as the foundation. Well, before you knew it, you had fucking songs like Addicted, She's a Bitch, 5 Years, White Black, Ripping Reason, and all these fucking killer songs. And I know there were people in the South Bay that were blown away by those, even if they came up to me and said, Sharky, you're no better than anyone else. You're just a plain old run-of-the-mill, blah, blah. But I never believed that, you guys. But over time, futility, just mailing in your demos or playing gigs or showcase gigs, and the fucking A&R guy never shows, or maybe he did show and he was at the back talking to a girl and he missed your set, or something. There was always something, dude. It's like the good Lord God was like, Shark, I just don't want you in music. I can't put my finger on what it is or why, Shark, but I don't want you in a band. I want you cleaning pools down in San Diego. And, but the music, the rock and roll kept calling me back. And I'd say by 2008, 2009, I was just all over the internet, you guys, where everybody around me was like, Clark the Shark, you always were so great. Suddenly, all that talk of, the mediocre Sharky had disappeared, and everyone was like, I want a Sharky autograph or something, or just, I don't know, you guys. It was weird. And even being recognized walking around in 2011 at my pools was very strange, where some guy would be sitting in the jacuzzi and I'd be cleaning the pool, and he'd be like looking at me weird sideways a few times. And then pretty soon he'd be like, you're Clark the Shark. And I'd be like, what? No, that's not me, Garth. I mean, this was happening all the time. And then it ended very abruptly because that pro football player, Clark Haggans, retired, I think in 2012 or 2013. And also Blip TV, which was kind of like a YouTube or Vimeo, it went off the air. And those two things kind of happened at once. And then that was the end of Clark the Shark. And I didn't really know why immediately exactly. I couldn't figure it out, but my web traffic was down. I knew that Blip TV going away would hurt my thing, all over the internet. And it did, you guys. And pretty soon I had to rely on mainly just Vimeo videos because, YouTube bans and deletes you because they're mixed up with Facebook and Google and all that, where liberals ban and delete you if they don't like your point of view, your politics or what you say, they don't like it right here on the Clark the Shark show. And anyway, you guys, little by little, I would bring it all back and start, playing. And it was not playing gigs, but it was like doing shit on the internet, you guys. It was really weird.